Welcome to YouTV. I'm Kate, and I'm so excited that you get to spend the next hour with me because what we have for you today is nothing less than mind-blowing. Look, I've tried so many great skincare brands over the last 15 years, but this one is unique because it can stop the appearance of aging in its tracks. Yep, it doesn't matter how old you are or what type of skin you have, One Truth 818 can deliver life-changing results, and I'll tell you why. The Nobel Prize-winning technology that led to award-winning molecular biologist Dr. Bill Andrews' discovery of the telomerase gene has influenced an ingredient in this product called TAM818. Now, there are articles around the world saying that this is 200 times more powerful than any other discovered ingredient. And it was tested against 350,000 other compounds and ingredients, and none of them came close. So it's safe to say that this could be the biggest discovery that you and I will ever see in our life when it comes to life-changing skincare. Now get ready to meet the creator of this brand, to hear from Dr. Bill Andrews, to listen to people who've tried the product, to take a look at the amazing results, of course, and stay tuned to get an exclusive UTV offer. Okay. Let's jump into the future of skincare right here and right now. Gone are the days of hope in a jar. There is just one truth.
Dr. Bill Andrews is known worldwide as not only an award winner, but one of the most esteemed doctors when it comes to discovering the secret that stops the appearance of aging in its tracks. Across the USA, Asia and Europe, Dr. Andrews is in high demand. He frequents Korea and presents at the world's biggest conferences on aging and skincare. He's always seen on TV and in the news, such as the Today Show America that ran a huge story on his discovery, and Korean TV where K-Beauty is taking the world by storm with its skincare products. Dr. Andrews spent $33 million on the discovery of the TAM818 molecule, and this ingredient is what has made the One Truth 818 one of, if not the most potent, powerful and effective products in the world right now. Try the serum the industry leaders are talking about. Stop the appearance of aging in its tracks with One Truth 818.
The science is truly mind-blowing, isn't it? And millions of dollars, in fact, more than $30 million have been invested in the process of discovering the TAM818 molecule, which is the secret to stopping the appearance of aging in its tracks. So here it is. This is One Truth 818. Now, with this bottle, you don't need day creams, night creams, serums, eye creams, neck creams. No. This is so powerful, and each bottle lasts around 10 weeks. Now, if this came from a major manufacturing company, I don't know, something beginning with L, for example, you'd expect to pay over $2,000 for this, honestly. And that's because the main ingredient, TAM818, is valued at, get this, $3 million a kilo. It's crazy. But today, you're going to take this home on Afterpay or Zip, and if you don't see results after 2 weeks, well, you've got One Truth 818's 30-day money-back guarantee. How good is that? So I think it's time we meet the founder of One Truth 818. It's Rachel Degar. Welcome. So good to see you.
Thank you, Kate.
I have
So
been
lovely to
waiting
be
for
here.
this. Now listen. Understanding the science is crucial to understanding just why this serum is so powerful, isn't it? So tell me how you came to work with Dr. Bill Andrews to create the most scientifically proven and highly regarded skincare product in the world right now.
Well, do you know, it was actually by chance that Bill and I met. We were introduced by one of his investors.
Right.
And I am a professional skin esthetician. I owned my own skincare clinic at the time.
Yeah.
And we got talking. And Bill had discovered these molecules. And as you just mentioned, they cost $3 million a kilo. So they actually got put in a cupboard. They said, we can't do anything with these, you know. So it was us that kind of, you know, ran the numbers, did the math, and went, actually, you know, it is so potent that we can put that into a bottle at an affordable price and, you know, be able to get it into people's hands. But
Yes.
I had my skincare clinic for 10 years, and when Dr. Bill Andrews explained to me the process of aging, because
Yes.
I didn't know it,
I think many of us do.
we're
really.
not taught it, you know. So you do your biology lessons, you do all these sorts of things, and you're taught from the product houses what their product does for the skin, but you're not actually taught what the process of aging is. So a massive light bulb went off for me
Yeah.
when I learnt about telomeres and
Telomeres.
telomerase. And so you probably haven't heard of them, you know, but telomeres were discovered in the 1930s.
Really?
Yeah, and they were discovered as these long tails attached to the end of our DNA. And scientists didn't know that they had a purpose, but it didn't take too long before they discovered that young people had really long tails, long telomeres, and old people had short telomeres.
Mine are probably really short.
We're probably, everyone watching here is probably somewhere in between, you know. So you go from really healthy to short to critically short to death. Because what I know, sorry about that. When the cell dies, it sounds a little bit grim.
Yeah.
You know, I get that. But I'm going to take your mind back to high school science.
Yes.
And you'll remember that every time a cell divides, it happens all the time. Like
Yes.
that's we're in a state of flux, right? What's
Okay.
actually happening is that every time that cell divides, the telomere is shortening. So scientists have actually called it like the clock of aging. You know, so there's this.
Oh.
And the telomere's job is to protect the DNA. Because you can imagine if the cell divided and we lost a piece of our DNA, the human race actually wouldn't exist. We would have mutated ourselves out of existence a long time ago. So when it was discovered that the purpose of telomeres are there to protect our DNA, it was so significant that it was awarded a Nobel Prize for that discovery. So, you know, us lay people have never heard of telomeres, but in the scientific world, they're very, very important.
Aren't they?
So the cell divides and the telomere shortens.
Yes.
Until it gets down to 5,000 base pairs, which is pretty short. And the cell very cleverly realizes that if it divides without that telomere's protection, it's going to mutate its DNA. So instead it dies.
How many times can it divide?
About 50.
In your whole lifetime?
In your whole life. So it was discovered in the 1950s. Professor Leonard Hayflick, it's called the Hayflick limit, he discovered that cells can only divide about 50 times. They do not have a finite
Once
life.
that's happened, that's it.
Once that's happened, that's
Wow.
it. So here I am coming from a beauty industry background, meeting Dr. Bill Andrews.
Yes.
The science and the skincare industry are not marrying
They're at
up.
odds, it sounds
Because if you
like.
walk into a skincare clinic and say, I want younger skin, you're going to be told you need to increase cell turnover,
Yes.
you need to speed up cell renewal, and your skin is going to look lovely for a short time. It's a false economy, but you're aging yourself faster.
That is unbelievable.
Tick tock, you know.
Yes.
And so I always want people to come away from, you know, spending some time with me remembering that cell division equals aging.
It's not a good thing. I think we're going to listen to Dr. Bill Andrew talk to us about telomeres. Here we go.
Telomeres are the very tips of your chromosomes. Your chromosomes are where your genes are. They're encoded on a molecule called DNA. Well, DNA is like a long string of beads. And think of these long string of beads as a shoelace. The beads are called bases, and a typical chromosome is about, or a typical DNA molecule inside a chromosome is about 100 million bases in length. Well, think of that as a shoelace, as I said. The caps on your shoelaces are the same as the telomeres on your chromosomes. So on this long string of beads, the very tips of these things are called telomeres. And they protect your chromosomes the same way that the caps on your shoelaces protect your shoelaces.
It's exciting, isn't it? It really is. And Rachel, I reckon our viewers are already asking right now, they want to get their hands on One Truth 818 offer. It's a new offer, of course, exclusive to YouTV. Thank you very much.
course.
So,
Pleasure.
Rachel, what are you doing for our viewers today? Tell
Well,
us.
The winter offer. And firstly, thank you so much to everyone who joined us on our special launch offer. It's really nice to meet you all. But for this month, we have got Buy the Serum, which you're going to learn much more about in the next hour, and you will get the cleanser for free. So the two of these products are a total value of $378, but you're going to save $79 and get the both of them for only only $299.
Wow.
And if it's
Okay.
a first-time purchase with us, I've got an even better
Yes.
deal for
I
you.
know.
Sign up to receive our special VIP emails, which I promise you will love, and you can get an extra 15% off as well.
Another
So you'll get both
15%.
these products for less than what the serum costs. You'll get both of these for $254.
You'll
and a
only
few
spend
cents.
$254 for all of that. You're saving
Absolutely.
123 something.
Yeah, just
wow.
yes, and we have got Afterpay and Zip on the website. So
Why wouldn't
it
you
makes
sign
it
up as a
no-brainer.
VIP, hey?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
You get your 50. So to get your hands on this scientifically proven serum, all you've got to do is scan the QR code, call the number on the screen, or go to the Aussie website, onetruth818.com.au. That's the Aussie website. Very important to do that. That's where the deal is happening, on the Aussie website.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. We've never seen the cleanser before, so we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, hey?
Yeah.
With the free gifts. Now let's get back to what we were discussing before, because I don't think we're anywhere near finishing on this, the hay flick effect.
Yes.
It's actually scary to think that the beauty industry is at odds with science, with what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
It
we're
was
actually,
discovered in the 1950s, Kate, like, 7 decades ago.
but what you're saying is we're accidentally aging ourselves and we're spending lots of money to do it, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
So it's really, and it is quite upsetting for someone who
Yes.
was a skincare professional to see the way that the industry has gone, because, it used to be like you could just give yourself a little light exfoliation, get rid of those dead skin cells on the surface of your skin, have a lovely smooth skin. But the skincare industry got better and better at removing that layer of skin. So melting it off, blasting it off. And now there's, treatments out there, which, yes, people are paying thousands of dollars for.
Well, I'm cancelling my
Which,
microdermabrasion.
please do. Lasers which are blasting cells apart, burning cells. And they're not hiding that this is how they do it. They're saying, let's burn your face off, and when you rebuild a new face, it'll be younger.
Yes.
Now, what the marketing is not telling you is that the skin on the surface is that little bit older than the skin that you burnt. So you are aging yourself faster. You've got the hay flick limit. You've got those 50 cell
50,
divisions.
and that's it.
And then that's it. So you want to
Wow.
preserve those as much as possible.
It's changing the way I'm thinking about skincare completely.
We're flipping it on its head.
Thought I was doing the right things, but I haven't been, have I?
No.
Wow. And I'm sure there are lots of you out there that would relate to what I'm saying and feel the same way. I accidentally aging ourselves. Take a listen to this.
Cell division equals aging. Yet many products damage your skin by increasing cell turnover in order to bring younger and fresher cells to the surface faster. Without knowing it, you could be accidentally aging your skin faster. One Truth 818 goes to the root cause of aging, supporting telomere health and cell lifespan with the power of TAM 818. Clinically and dermatologically proven. Real results, real people. When it comes to anti-aging, there is only one truth. One Truth 818.
You know what? We're going to hit that deal one more time, because I just know people are going to be like me, flabbergasted at what you just said and said, I have to get my hands on some of this. This is an amazing deal, isn't it? Just jump onto onetruth818.com.au, that's the Aussie website, and start reducing the signs of aging on your face right now. It's something we can do now, something proactive and the right thing to do. You're going to get the cleanser free, which will support the serum, which you put on twice a day. Valued at $378, we're getting it for $299, so it's a $79 saving. Thank you very much. And if it's your first time like me, you can sign up as a VIP and you get 15% off. Use YouTV at the checkout, I should say, and it will take it 15% off and take it down to $254.15, which is less than the serum on its own.
Yeah,
it's going to last,
absolutely.
what, 10 weeks, did we think?
Yeah. And when we look at some before and afters in a while, you'll
Yeah.
see what one bottle can do. The
Yeah.
results are pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay, Rachel, so we've just looked at how we might be accidentally aging ourselves. So can we really reverse the biological aging process? I mean, Sounds like
I'm
something you
glad
see
you
in the
asked.
future.
Yeah, because it all sounds a bit grim up until now, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so what we've been talking about is baseline aging.
Yes.
You know, cells are dividing, telomeres are shortening. That is the aging process. But the reason that Dr. Bill Andrews is so famous is that he discovered a gene within our DNA and he named it, I work with people who name genes, it's pretty cool. He named it telomerase. And if it's switched on, it expresses an enzyme called telomerase, which re-lengthens telomeres. So that's the aging process. Telomeres shorten, the cell is older.
Yes.
Telomerase can re-lengthen the telomere. It's literally biological age reversal. Now, the problem was that although the telomerase gene is present in every single cell in our bodies, other than our reproductive cells, which need to stay young to produce, every other cell is programmed to age and die.
Okay.
So the gene is in there, but there is a block on it, stopping that enzyme.
Okay.
So if you're a scientist who has just worked out what, you know, the process of immortal aging, essentially, you throw everything you've got into working how to remove that block.
Yes.
And that's when Dr. Bill Andrews spent over $33 million, 16 years until he discovered TAM818, screened over 350,000 molecules till he found TAM818. And essentially the easiest way to explain it is that that block is attracted
Yes.
to TAM818. So when it opens up, we call it a telomerase activator. That's, you know, the scientific term for it. That enzyme expresses and re-lengthens the telomere. So when Dr. Bill discovered this, Popular Science magazine called it the biggest discovery since antibiotics.
That is
Because
incredible.
it's huge. So it's no longer, again, if we keep looking at the skincare industry, it's not that false economy of making your cells older but they look younger for a slight bit of time. It's going to the root cause of aging and actually making the cell younger.
I don't know about you, I'm utterly enthralled and almost a bit shocked about what I'm hearing. Listen, I'm 56. I'm definitely showing some signs of aging. There's pigmentation, wrinkles, you know. Will it really work on older skin? Is it too late, even for me, or people older than me?
Even for you, you're a
Yes.
spring chicken, Kate. But actually, I get asked that question a lot. You know, I get beautiful emails. You know, I'm in my late 70s, I'm in my early 80s. You know, is it too late? Well, remember back to how I said, you know, the long telomeres and then the dead telomeres. But we all know between birth and death, there's old age. So you've got short telomeres and you've got critically short telomeres. Those critically short telomeres, they can't produce collagen, they can't produce elastin, they're throwing pigment onto the surface of the face or they're not working at all, you get that motley look. And so the very clever thing about the body is when you activate telomerase, so when you express that enzyme, it goes to the critically short telomeres first. So the cells that are making you look old are the ones that are corrected first.
How smart
So
is that?
actually, when I get these emails from these ladies who are, you know, 20 odd years or so older than I am, I say actually it would work on you maybe a bit faster than it worked on me.
So that's how you start to see those
Because
visible signs improve.
In such a short period of time, because it's going to correct all of those old cells first. So no, it's not too late. And no, you're definitely never too old to feel more confident in yourself.
Of course. This is why you see results so quickly. Can we have a look at some before and afters? We've got some older ladies.
Yes, I did this especially before
I think
this question.
Felicity we're starting with.
Yes.
So let's have a look at, wow!
Now, this is an amazing result. And I think a lot of
she's
people
my
will
favourite.
relate to Felicity because she said to me, when I look in the mirror, I don't recognise the person looking back. You know, she's still so full of life and zest.
Hang on, that's after 1 month.
That's 1 month. So she did these photos herself and sent them to me. So halfway through the bottle, she was noticing such a difference that she took a photo and sent it to me. So
Wow.
you can see, you know, I said how when cells are younger, they'll produce more elastin. It's lifted the whole face.
Look at her eyes.
I know. So the eyelids have lifted, the nasolabial fold, they've lifted as well. The jowls have lifted. It's that elastin. And also a younger cell starts producing collagen again. So you can see that the skin is thicker. You know, but yes, even the colour under the eyes because the cells are functioning better.
Yes.
Because they're younger again.
She must feel amazing. I think we've got Annette next, haven't we? Let's have a look at her and see what a difference it makes. 1 month. Oh, this is 2 months.
Yeah, so
Look
this
at
was
that.
2 months, so 1 bottle. This is a 1 bottle trial.
Yeah.
And it was very sweet because Annette said, I think my grandchildren noticed a difference first. They started saying, Gran, you're looking really amazing.
Yeah.
Now, there's some quite deep lines there.
They are,
because
aren't they?
She's a fabulous smiler, which I do love, but we've managed to soften those.
those
You
with
definitely
just
have.
one bottle.
Look at
The
those
crow's
wrinkles.
feet have really softened, and there was quite a sag in the bag under her eye.
Wasn't there? I just noticed that now. Really, what a difference. I mean, 2 months.
2 months,
Rachel.
one bottle, Kate. So it is really amazing. And these are the kinds of photos I like to refer to when people say, is it too late for me?
Never
and
too late,
if
hey?
you make your cell a younger cell, it acts like a younger cell again.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
those visible signs stop. I think we've got Lorraine next. I'm loving these V&As. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, look, the eyelid has actually lifted.
It has a little.
And there's really deep crinkles in the eyelid and underneath as well too, and
Yeah.
those crow's feet. So don't ever stop smiling.
No, of
but
course
we
not.
can actually soften those for you.
She did look quite hooded, didn't she? You can definitely see a little lift there, can't you?
Yes, yeah, and actually even you can see the bag under the eye. It's draped down so much it's creating a shadow.
True.
That has pulled back
It has.
and lifted back as well.
This is unbelievable. Now we've got Trudy next.
Yes.
Now this is a problem area of mine.
Yep.
I was talking to you before saying, oh, I'm quite wrinkly.
Yep, a lot of
People
us.
do concentrate on the face, but your neck is a real indicator of your age, and I'm kind of feeling that.
It is, and a
So
lot of us
it's
sadly
amazing.
ignored it. Yeah, but
Wow,
so Trudy
look
here,
at that.
it has lifted. You can see
Yes.
part of her neck that you couldn't see before.
No.
And everything has tightened up. And again, this is just within one bottle.
It doesn't look like crinkled tissue paper anymore, which is kind of how I feel about mine. And also my décolletage, I've got to say, that wrinkles up. You know, if I'm doing a selfie, it's like, oh dear.
Yes, yeah, you feel that
Very
in there.
wrinkly.
Yeah. But if you were sitting there thinking, am I too old to start? I thought, let me show you some of the reasons why you're not too old to start.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that's good to know. And I'm sure a lot of our viewers out there will be very interested to hear that it doesn't matter how old you are, it's incredible. The technology is available and accessible right now to us. 1018-1818 is an incredible thing. $3 million a kilo?
Yes.
What? I
So
mean, wow.
we sell it as affordably as we possibly can, but because we don't have like the massive marketing budgets and things of those huge corporates, which is why I just come and just talk to you myself, so that I can keep that price down. But to my knowledge, it's the most expensive cosmetic ingredient in the world.
Wow. But you know what? I think talking to us is important, because I don't know that you can get that scientific message over in a piece of marketing. And I think you really need to understand the science to really understand why this is going to work.
Yes. Can you imagine if we showed those before and afters before the audience understood the science? They would think that there was some facelifts going on, or
True.
or that there was someone behind Trudy pulling her neck back up, but now you understand the aging process and how to reverse it. Because we've sort of been indoctrinated that you need 17 different products for 17 different reasons.
Unless you're lazy like me, I just can't do that anyway. So this is kind of the ideal product for me. One
Absolutely.
product, twice a day, off we go. We mentioned earlier that the potency of TAM818 is about 200 times more powerful than any other ingredient or compounds.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So because Dr. Bill Andrews tested so many compounds,
Yeah.
he was able to have a comparison as to what was the strongest. But he was also able to look at other people's research that they've published and measure it against their research as well. So we're not saying that, TAM818 is just a little bit stronger than the next best thing available. It's over 200 times stronger. So it was a massive leap forward in the science.
We're not talking 1 or 2, we're talking 200. Can you tell me how you got what the 818 element is in the name? Because that's got to do with the testing.
It's kind of a nod to Bill, actually.
Yes.
So TAM stands for telomerase activating molecule, because just super quick, you might see some products out there saying, we support telomeres, we've got telomeres in us. It's actually not true. You need to activate telomerase from within the cell. It happens genetically. So it's the science. You're looking for a telomerase activating molecule. Spoiler alert, this is the only one. And the 818 is actually a nod to Bill, because it's the 314,818th molecule that he tested. And so, as 8 is the infinity and the one truth, we just kind of...
It kind of works.
It worked, but, Bill was tenacious, and it's his life goal to be able to reverse the aging process.
Well, let's have a listen to Dr. Bill Andrews about his discovery of telomeres.
we started off with discovering that, as I mentioned, every time our cells divide, our telomeres get shorter, but that's not true in our reproductive cells. Our reproductive cells, the cell divides, the telomeres don't get shorter. And we discovered this enzyme called telomerase. Telomerase is produced in our reproductive cells, and what happens every time the cell divides, telomeres do get a little bit shorter, but then telomerase re-lengthens it back to the original length. Long story short, we have found that if we overproduce telomerase in cells, we find that the telomeres actually start getting longer, which was the first hint that we actually had discovered a way to possibly reverse human aging and declining health. So we took this enzyme and we put it into normal skin cells. Remember, it's only produced in reproductive cells, but when we put it in normal skin cells, we found that these cells stopped aging and actually became younger by every method of measurement you can imagine.
Well, if you've just joined us, we are discussing the very unique One Truth 818 serum. This serum can stop the appearance of aging in its tracks. And what I love about it is that it's so potent, it's so strong, and it works. It can work really, really quickly, can't it? Within 2 months, you're going to see amazing signs of your aging reducing.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot to take in, Rachel.
It is.
Can you recap what a telomere is and how a telomerase enzyme helps them and
Yes.
prepares them?
Yeah, absolutely. So Kate and I have been talking about what the aging process
Yeah.
is, you know, and I'm going to really nutshell it for you because you're going to want to tell
Please.
your friends about this, and this is the way that you tell it to them.
Okay.
Every time a cell divides, the telomeres, which are like long protective tails on the end of your DNA, shorten. Divide, shorten, until they get down to quite short, 5,000 base pairs. The cell can't divide anymore, and so the cell dies.
Yeah.
So that telomere is literally your clock of aging. You've got approximately 50 cell divisions, 50 TikToks before
During your lifetime.
Yeah, before that cell dies. And that is the aging process.
Yes.
So cell division equals aging.
Cell division equals aging, and the beauty industry is helping us accidentally age ourselves.
Correct. Increased cell turnover. Yeah, we're not going there anymore.
It's important to understand the science so that you understand why these results are so good. So we appreciate how special it is. Oh, we're going to have another listen to Dr. Bill Andrews explaining how telomeres shorten.
So, as I said, when you're first conceived, your telomere is about 15,000 bases, but there's so much cell division that's needed to make a newborn baby that after all these cell divisions, your telomeres have shortened down to 10,000 bases. That's okay. I mean, the telomeres are still long enough to protect your chromosomes, but the problem doesn't end there. As you start to grow up, you have more and more cell division, your telomeres continue to get shorter and shorter and shorter. And when they get down to about 5,000 bases, then all kinds of havoc is wreaked because your chromosomes start falling apart, they start having mutations, and these short telomeres cause your cells to senesce, and that's typically when you die of old age, when your telomeres get down to 5,000 bases. We know from scientific literature on human cells in petri dishes, we know from taking tissue samples from people at different ages, that when telomeres get down to 5,000 bases, the cells lose the ability to function and they die, and you die of old age. So that's what we have to do. We have to find a way to keep them from shortening and actually re-lengthen them.
Well, it's so interesting. Now, we've talked about the shortening of the cells and how they can only duplicate or divide so many times. What's the solution? Let's talk about that and how we explain that to our friends.
Yeah, because there is only one way to make your skin younger, and that is by re-lengthening those telomeres. And there's only one way to do that, and that is with an enzyme called telomerase. So TAM818, which is the strongest telomerase activating molecule in the world,
In the world.
by over 200 times,
Yes.
it literally activates that telomerase gene, switches it on so that it expresses that telomerase enzyme. So the cell divides, the telomeres shorten, and then the telomerase re-lengthens the telomere again. Now, you don't just have an old cell with a long dangly tail. It's been proven hundreds of thousands of times all around the world that if your telomere is longer, it is indeed a younger cell again.
A younger cell. It's made into a younger cell.
Correct.
This is patented technology, isn't it? And exclusive to you. No one else has got TAM818 in the entire world in any product anywhere, correct?
No.
Wow. We are very lucky to have you here. I think we should give that offer up again, because I think there'll be a lot of people wanting to, they'll be so mind blown by what they're seeing. What do people get today, Rachel?
Absolutely.
With this YouTV offer.
So today, this month, you're going to get the serum, which has TAM818 in it.
Yes.
And we're going to give you a cleanser for free. I'll tell you a little bit about the cleanser later.
Do.
So it's a value of $378, and you're going to save $79 and get both of them for just $299.
Wow.
And if it's your first time purchasing with us,
Get this.
sign up to get our emails and you will actually get an extra 15% off.
Right.
So the two of these products for only $254.
Wow. So less than the serum on its
by
own, you're
itself.
getting both products.
Yeah.
And I guess the cleanser supports what you're doing with the serum,
It
correct?
does, yes. So it doesn't include TAM818. When something costs $3 million a kilo, you don't put it in a product that washes off, you know.
Absolutely.
But what was happening is that people were contacting me and saying,
Yes.
can I use this cleanser? Can I use that one? And I kept reading the ingredients and having to say no, because they were stripping the skin. So they were taking 2 steps forward with their TAM818 and then a step backwards twice a day when
Rachel
they were
says
stripping
no.
their skin off. So this will not strip, but it will cleanse, and it's got 15% vitamin C.
Yeah, so it's effectively supporting what you're doing with the serum.
Absolutely.
And we put this on twice a day?
Twice a day. So all of the before and afters that you're seeing, people are using it twice a day because the frequency in which you activate telomerase really does matter.
Yeah.
So-
yes, okay. So it's got you've got to commit. I'd
Twice
say
a
get rid
day.
of every other product you've got. Use the cleanser. Commit to using this for 2 months and see what it does for you.
Yeah.
How much do you put
It's
on?
super, super easy. So
Should you be opening that? It's like gold dust.
we can open it. It's a special
Okay.
occasion. So I literally say 2 pumps twice a day. So I'm just going to put
Let's have a
one
look.
pump.
So that's the amount you need.
Well, I do 2 pumps.
You
but
do 2
I'll
pumps.
show you why I've only put one. Let me push
Okay.
this up
Oh,
further.
yes, yes.
Because this goes all the way up there. So that one pump would have done your whole face.
And then the second pump will do my neck.
Yeah, look at this. Can I see your other hand in comparison?
Oh, look.
Yeah, there actually is quite an instant
Isn't it?
kind of change
Look at
there.
younger arm.
You have instantly.
Hallelujah.
So honestly, Kate, this is how I do it.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Okay.
smooshy, smooshy,
Smooshy, smooshy.
all over the face. The face, the eyes. Do you know what? I formulated it specifically to be non-toxic, non-irritating, and dermatologically tested for over the eye area, over the lips, and then right down the neck. And your 2 pumps will do that.
Okay.
So all the way down. And it is your moisturizer. You don't have to spend money on any other anti-aging serum or pigmentation or brightening serum. This is it. It's your eye cream. It's your neck cream. I'm really lazy when it comes to my skincare. And people don't believe that because I get such a good result with this.
This sounds like my kind of product. It really,
really
does.
is.
We're going to have a look at some more before and afters. But first, I think I want to talk about the stringent testing that was done in Italy. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, well, I'm standing here turning the skincare industry on its head. I needed irrefutable proof. So Dr. Bill Andrews provided us with all the information about TAM818. And, you know, he's very reputable. But then people are going, well, what does that mean? What does it look like on my skin? So I actually contacted Abbott Laboratories in Italy and I said it has to be completely independent.
Yes.
You know, I can't even speak to you during it. And I want 100 volunteers. And they were a bit mind blown. They thought there was a language barrier there. I was like, no, 100 volunteers.
How many do they normally do?
Oh, 14, 12?
Wow.
Over a 2-week period.
Okay.
I said, no, I want a month. They're like,
Who is this crazy Australian Kiwi? Who is this?
Are you serious? I said, yeah. I said, look, I'm going up against the entire skincare industry here.
Yeah.
So we had 100 volunteers and I wanted women. They're aged 39 to 65. That was who they could gather because 100 is quite a lot to gather. I didn't want teenage girls. And so we had 39 to 65-year-olds, 100 of them over 30 days, and they got measured at the halfway mark as well. And the volunteers were measured by doctors using 2 different types of equipment, and we had to wait for the reports to be posted. I mean, posted. So, you know, it was a breathtaking Oscars envelope kind of moment.
Open it up, pull it out. What did it say?
You know, it really surprised even Dr. Bill and his colleagues, because they just thought, you know, maybe if you used it and I didn't, in 5 years' time, I'd look at you and wish I had. They weren't expecting such massive visible results. But during this whole time is when the research was done that the critically short telomeres will lengthen first. Remember what I said to you about how that's why you get the visible results so quickly? So we weren't surprised when we looked into that research from other labs. It made sense.
I think we're about to look at a video.
I'd love to show them to you.
And see some of those results, some of those real faces. It'll be amazing. Have a look at this.
One Truth 818 is revolutionizing the world of skincare. It contains TAM 818, the most expensive active ingredient in the world that is patented and exclusive to One Truth 818. Independent clinical trials in Italy showed reversals of the major signs of aging on 100 volunteers in as little as 2 weeks. 11 years of research and $33 million invested by award-winning microbiologist Dr. Bill Andrews, PhD, and his team at Sierra Sciences led to the discovery of the TAM 818 molecule. This active ingredient is the strongest of over 350,000 other compounds tested. It's so powerful that it's scientifically proven in vitro to slow down the aging process. The discovery of telomeres, the protective caps of our chromosomes that shorten as we age, redefined the aging process and was awarded a Nobel Prize in Physiology. Dr. Bill Andrews then went on to discover human telomerase, the enzyme that re-lengthens telomeres and reverses and stops the aging process. One Truth 818 is the only skincare system in the world using TAM 818 and endorsed by Dr. Andrews. It was created by Rachel Degar, a skin expert who many are calling the pioneer of epigenetic skincare. She is credited for her work in conducting the largest ever topical telomerase activation studies. You only need to use the smallest amount. It is extremely potent, and One Truth 818 will last around 10 weeks. It can replace several products, including neck creams, eye creams, lip creams, moisturizers, and pigmentation treatments, which saves you time and makes this serum even more affordable. It's time to discover One Truth 818, stemming from Nobel Prize-winning science, and treat your skin like never before. Reverse, correct, and prevent with One Truth 818, the world's biggest scientific skincare breakthrough. Stop the appearance of aging in its tracks with One Truth 818.
Those results, Rachel, I want to stop aging right now. I really do. So I think you've got to give this a chance, actually, and stop that aging process. You've just got to commit to this, I reckon. Get rid of everything else in your medicine cabinet and just commit to this for 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, and see what it does for you. Let's have a look at some more results. So I think we've got some results from the Italian test to have a look. Let's look at eyes first. Here we go. They're coming up. Oh, look.
So
okay.
These were from the independent testing, so it was over 1 month, over 30 days. So you can see a massive difference here.
Yeah.
Some of those lines were thick and deep, and others were fine lines, but even the colour of the skin has changed. Can you notice that?
Imagine that over your whole face, and we're only seeing the eye there.
Yes, yeah, so the quality is really, really different on the skin as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the... Oh, gosh.
So imagine what your friends would say if they saw you in a couple of months and, you know, your eyes were different like this. So you look like you've had a holiday, the bags are gone, the crinkles are lifted.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a very big difference. And that looks like a relatively young person.
Yes,
but
it was.
But it's made such a difference.
Yeah, yeah. So Louise was in her early 50s when she did the trial here with us.
She looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think we have one more for you here. We've looked at that one, haven't we? That's the eyes. And then we saw that amazing under eye. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Truly. I mean, honestly, this is amazing. We've covered off the science, haven't we? The results look incredible. Let's check some clinical proof, shall we?
Yes.
Come on. So we're going to have a look at the truth is out, the clinical trials, and have a look at what the results actually were in terms of percentages. So again, I think we're going to have a look at that now so that we can have a chat through it. I mean, this stuff is so potent, isn't it? Here we go. Let's have a look.
It is. So, skin smoothness, and this was all measured by Abbott Laboratories.
Yes.
Improved by almost 10% in the eye area, and over 14% of wrinkles decreased in the forehead, and over 11% on the crow's feet. So it was really measurable. Skin firmness, which is that elastin that I'm talking about, that increased by over 20%.
And that kind of makes you look plumper, maybe, and
it
just
does. It's,
smoother.
that sagginess. This is why we're seeing eyelids lift, neck lift,
so.
cheeks lift. It's that over 20% elastin that's producing as well. And if we take a look as well, Abbott also asked the volunteers to give some feedback on the products, and 90% of them noticed an improvement in skin roughness and wrinkle depth in 2 weeks. 92% noticed an improvement in skin hydration levels in 2 weeks. And 100% had no adverse reactions to the serum. It's very rare for someone to have any kind of reaction to our serum at all. So it's really well tolerated.
So these are from the Italian testing.
These are from the Italian testing. Yeah.
Where you insisted on 100 people for 30 days and they usually do 10 over 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the results really
So when
do
you see
speak
the
for themselves.
average, it's a real average because it was over such a large group of people.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to have a listen to some real people and the results they've had. They absolutely love One Truth 818. Let's take a listen.
I'm 53 years old.
I'm 41 years old.
66 years old. 38 years young.
One Truth 818 serum was super easy to use.
It's a one-stop shop. You just put it on and leave it, and it's fantastic. So easy.
I put it on in the morning, put it on at night, and it's just been amazing for my skincare routine.
Super easy.
My skin was so much better hydrated. Like, I naturally have quite dry skin, and I've noticed a huge difference in that, which has been great.
Really, the plumpness and the glowiness of the skin just felt a lot more hydrated. And even though I started off wearing the serum and a hydrating moisturiser, I stopped that very, very quickly because you just don't need anything extra.
The colour underneath my eyes has definitely, like, the bags under my eyes have improved. It's a huge improvement for something I've only used for like 2 months. About that, my skin really sort of thanked me for that, and probably I had been neglecting it a bit.
My husband told me he thought my skin was looking better, and one of my sons told me that he thought my redness had gone down, which was one of the things I was hoping for, so that was really good.
The way it made my skin feel after a very, very short period of time. Oh, wow. Golly. Yeah, no, that's different. My partner said that my skin was looking great, and also work noticed, some of my work colleagues,
Well, it's taught me that I should have looked after my face all these years, and I haven't.
How old are you? And 53, and thought, wow, you don't look 53. The results that came, as I said, after 2 weeks, it was noticeable.
About a month in, I had a meeting with some friends, and they all accused me of going to get fillers. Yes, there is definitely a difference. My eyes, they're not quite so saggy and baggy, top and bottom, which has always been a bit of a bugbear. I've already told my friends who thought I'd had fillers about it, so...
I don't know if you're like me, but I mean, I've tried so many products over the years, and you always start off with a bit of hope in your heart, and you don't really see a difference. So it's incredible hearing about the science, seeing those results, and thinking, hey, this could be me.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
Oh, it's so lovely seeing the confidence that it's given back to these people, and it's the science, the science, the science. We go to the root cause of aging. It's what makes us so different.
I think we're going to look at some more before and afters, because in the end, it's all about the results, isn't it?
It is.
It really is. We all want that. Let's have a look at Leanne. We'll see what sort of transformation
Yeah, so you just heard from Leanne in her own words, but this is putting it into a visual. So this is what she was noticing. So again, 2 months This is one bottle. The difference in her was phenomenal. You know, the crow's feet.
She looks so much younger.
In particular. Yeah, and she'd said her work colleagues started noticing and asking if she'd had some work done.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, the bags under her eyes, that you can notice there's a real pink tone to her skin.
Yes.
That's gone because it really strengthens skin. So a lot of sensitive skins, they love using
Definitely.
818.
Who have we got next? I think it's Donna.
Yeah. So that eye
Wow.
bag, you would think that you would have to get that filled out, or you know that you couldn't do this with just a topical cream.
No,
But
no way.
all she's done is use One Truth 818, and that eye bag is, well, to me, it looks gone.
It does. That is incredible. Now, I think we've got Michelle next.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, this is a real good one because she's
Great
typical
result.
of that Aussie Kiwi skin.
Yes.
You know, you can tell there's sun damage there, the
got a bit of that.
pigmentation.
Yeah.
So look at the pigmentation how on her cheek, how it's diminished.
Yes.
But there's a real hooded eyelid going on here.
There is.
Yeah, and I do hear from lots of people saying that genetically even they've got hooded eyelids and how it's lifted them,
Yes.
you know, and helped them maybe be able to see a little bit better. But it's really aging if your eyelid is falling forward.
Absolutely.
And if you like wearing makeup, it's
it
really
doesn't
tough.
look good. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
so the crow's feet are gone, the bags under the eyes are gone,
Yeah.
the eyelid is lifted. So amazing result with one bottle.
And I think we've got Esther next. Now, she's the daughter of one of your other
Felicity.
clients. Yes?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I thought it was
wow.
really sweet having a mum and daughter here. Esther was thinking of starting to have injectables as she was coming up to 40. She thought maybe that's what I need to do. She said, well, let me try One Truth 818 first. Well, needless to say, with results like this, she never went to the injectables.
No, good.
And you know, she didn't stop expressing with her face, but yet the expression lines are gone.
Yeah. That is incredible. You need to just, don't need to worry about those really expensive skin treatments, microdermabrasions, injectables. You don't need those.
No.
Now, I've got to say, you've got a bunch of celebrities that love using your products, don't you? Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we do, because we have a couple of really well-loved ladies in
Yes.
Australia who everyone
Yes.
knows. So the first is Sarah Wiseman. And
Right.
she
We're going to
is-
have a look, I think.
Yeah, she's been on a place to call home, and she's now on High Country. And
Yeah.
she's actually a Kiwi, beautiful lady, and she's an animal rights activist as well. So
Okay.
how something is made is really important to her.
Yes.
And she's been using our products now for a few years. And so she always does wee shout outs for us on her
Aw.
Instagram and things like that. She's just been on Planet of the Apes, you know, so Hollywood blockbuster.
Okay.
Yeah, and she looks so much younger than she actually is. So she's a real testament
Yes.
to she talks about our products, but also the ethics of the company, which is really, really neat.
Really
We've got another amazing actress who you can have a look at here,
Yes,
Kim
it's
Jackson.
Kim. Is it Kim?
Kim, yeah, so she's an Aussie
Oh,
actress. She's
yes, I
currently
recognise
over in
her.
America at the moment. And she saw one of my presentations and contacted me out of the blue.
Did she?
And she said, I understand now. She'd had over 30 laser procedures on her face.
Oh, no.
And she said, you know, she was just in her early 40s. She said, I now understand why my skin looks way older than it should. It's thin, it's crepey. I've been doing the wrong thing. And she was really upset, but she was one of these people, and she said I could tell her story, that sometimes the people who want to look young the most are the ones accidentally aging themselves the fastest.
I know, that is what is
And
blowing my mind.
She was so upset. She said, I've only been doing what I was told to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, you know, it took her probably about 6 weeks before she started noticing a difference.
Okay.
And if you read that testimony there, she now describes her skin as fatter and plumper. You know, so you can reverse the damage that you've done.
I think we've got Maria next, a third and final celeb to have a little look at.
Yeah, so
what's her story?
she's an Emmy Award-winning journalist for Latin America, and she's been using our product for a few months now. And she had really bad sun damage across her décolleté, and she managed to turn that around completely. So she was so happy with that result.
These celebs, they're going to have access to all manner of
Everything.
products and treatments and probably limitless
Everything is
money
free
to
to them
spend
too.
on it,
Yeah,
right?
they're
and they
just- they're
get stuff
given
for
stuff
free
all the time.
But
Yeah.
they want to use this.
To
They
choose us over all of
this.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of our crew, very interesting, wants to know something. When do I use it? The cleanser? Is it morning, night, both?
Good
What's the
question.
routine?
Yep. So simple and easy. Like I said, I like my skincare quick. So I actually cleanse in the shower. It's lightly foaming.
Clever.
It's not stripping. It's 97% natural ingredients, over 70% organic. It's a
Yes.
beautiful cleanser.
Yes.
And I just go all over my
And
face.
it's a
with it.
foaming cleanser, right?
Just really lightly foaming
Okay.
because it's full of beautiful oils as well. So I use that in the shower. I jump out. I literally do two pumps. Two pumps twice a day. That's easy to remember.
Okay.
On my fingers, over my face, my eyes, and right down my neck.
Yeah.
that's it.
That-
By the time I've grabbed my SPF, it's sunk into my skin.
Yes.
It's like you saw when I put it on your arm, it's like a velvet gel texture. It absorbs instantly.
Oh, it
It's
is
so
my
easy.
kind of product.
And then
It's
nighttime,
easy.
same thing again.
Same thing again.
Cleanse, serum, you're
Perfect.
done.
Oh, I think we should jump to the offer again, you know, because you have to get your hands on this for sure. Remember, if you buy the serum today, you are getting the cleanser for free.
Yeah.
And that's $79 off because we're spending $299 here. And it's $378 value, right?
Yes.
But if you sign up as a VIP today, you get another 15% off. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yep, correct.
Awesome. But what you got to do is scan the QR code, call the number on the screen, or go to the Australian website. That's very important because that's where this offer is. onetruth818.com.au, right?
Yep, perfect. And this is everything you need. Your cleanser, you know, you don't need the eye cream, you don't need the neck cream, you don't need the other
lip
serums,
stuff,
and the
no.
lips are done. So
No.
it's really nice and simple for you.
And you don't need to exfoliate a lot. You don't need any other treatment, is what you're saying. This is everything you need to stop aging in its tracks.
Absolutely. Easier
I
and
love
more
it.
effective. It's what we want.
It absolutely is. All right. Well, we're going to take a listen now to somebody else who loves One Truth 818.
I started it about 6 months ago using the cream, and to start off with, it was very moisturising. I felt it sinking into my skin and really absorbing into my skin, and my skin felt a lot smoother. The feeling of my skin was a lot better. And then after some time, then I started to notice around here was a lot firmer, and across my forehead as well. And then towards the end of me using the cream, then that was when I started to get comments from my colleagues about the pigmentation as well as the rosacea on my skin, on my cheeks, and my chin, around my nose, and also the pigmentation. I noticed that had gone as well. I did feel like, especially around my eyes, and just the tone of my skin has improved a lot over that time.
All right. Well, this product is about the science, but it's also about the results, the results, the results. Everyone loves to see results. Can we look at some more before and afters?
Absolutely.
Let's start with, I think we're going to start with Lucy. Here we go. Let's have a look. What were her results like?
So we saw Lucy talking about her experience
Yeah.
before too, and her work colleagues noticed, and so her crow's feet really diminished, as
they?
did the bags under her eyes. But she
they?
spoke about how amazingly moisturised her skin felt. You
Yeah.
Look at the smile lines too. And Lucy's the
She looks
smiliest
fresher.
person in the world. She does. Yeah. So
And we've
she
got
was
Julie
super
next.
happy. Julie.
Let's have a look at Julie. Oh, wow.
Now, she didn't think that anything could be done for her skin because she's done nothing to her skin her whole life. But can you notice the ledge that
Yes.
that bag on her eye made?
Yeah.
It's completely smoothed out and gone.
Hasn't it just?
So a big result
pigmentation as
that have happened
well.
in just 2 months. The pigmentation's decreased. It's another person whose eyelid has lifted.
Yeah.
You know, and so at 66, these were the things that she was looking for.
And I think we're
eyes
going to
were
look at
bugbear.
Jennifer. Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's incredible.
It's really good, isn't it? So, you
Gosh,
know,
her eyes look so much better.
they do, but even the colour, you know, the colour of the eye bags.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
everything is functioning healthier because everything is younger.
It's younger,
Yeah.
yes. And that is 2 months, one bottle.
One bottle, yeah.
One
Those
bottle.
sensitive skins I was talking about, like
Yeah.
Robin, it can really strengthen them up. And of course, if you've got stronger skin,
Yes.
more structure around those capillaries, so more collagen. The capillaries don't
Yeah.
bust to the surface of the face. So it actually gives you a more clear look.
Yeah, gotcha.
By strengthening everything, the mattress behind the outside. So sensitive people like Robin just absolutely love it to lose that kind of ruddy look.
Absolutely. Look, my advice is you've got to commit to this for 2 months and see what it can do for you. I think we should go to that deal again. Come on, Rachel, let's give everyone the deal. Let's do this.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is when you buy the serum, we're going to give you the cleanser
Yeah.
absolutely free. So you're saving $79. So it's $378
Yeah,
value.
for $299.
But you get it for $299. Sign up to receive our emails if you're new with us, and I'm going to give you an extra 15% off. So you get
Yay.
these 2 products for $254. Less
so good.
than what the serum would cost you. And this is all you need.
It's all you need.
This is your skincare routine.
And what we're going to ask you to do is go to the Australian website. So that's onetruth818.com.au. You can scan the QR code. You can call the number on the screen. Don't forget, you are saving money because you can get rid of the eye creams, neck creams, lip creams, night and day. All you need is this, and no other product in the world has TAM 818. Nobel Prize winning technology, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. I mean, I've been mind blown today. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure, Kate.
It's been great. We will see you very soon.
Thanks so much.